Okay, good morning. My name is Erica.
I'm Corbin.
I'm Aruba.
Hello, I'm Dalia.
Hi, I'm Raul. I'm Joseph.
And we're going to be presenting colleges from the Bay Area to Central Coast for our college roadmap trip this summer.
Doing the process for you? How are we doing?
So right now we created a roadmap for the colleges we want to present about. First is Cal State Polytech, also known as Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Next we have University Cal State Monterey Bay. Then we would go up to East Bay, UC Berkeley. Then we would cross over San Francisco, Oakland Bay Bridge to University of San Francisco State University. Then go down to Stanford, then Santa Clara, then go to UC Berkeley before we go back to LA.
This is Charles.
Yeah, Charles.
All right, Charles, you're up.
Oh, okay. Up is Cal Poly, established on March 8, 1901, when Governor Henry signed the California Polytechnic School Bill. This school universities in the California State University system. Cal Poly Panoma this school offers many opportunities and resources for their students who struggle in finances, health, safety, and wellness. Known for their success in engineering programs and undergraduate to graduate success rates with 20,000 students, the acceptance rate of 31% with a weighted GPA of 3.92, SAT score of at least 1,300, and ACT scores of at least 28. Graduation rate is at 75%, and the average cost after aid is only $18K. Students count of 21,000, and male count is at least 11,000, with the female count being at least 10,000. The average age of students at this school is 20 years old. With additional information.
Next slide. All right, activities at Cal Poly.
Cal Poly offers some of the best refined engineering courses and programs, students along with aerospace and architecture programs that excel those around it. Along with being in a beach town surrounded by boundless mountains far and wide, with such beautiful scenery to behold. And there are a bunch of fun activities at Cal Poly, such as Taste the Slow Life. Every Thursday night, live music and the culture of downtown San Luis Obispo comes alive for the week farmers market. Students can enjoy local fare and fresh foods from the farms of Cal Poly, along with the traditional bubblegum alley where you can leave your marks. However, careful not to touch the walls. It's just disgusting. Monarch Butterfly Grove. Eucalyptus trees filled grove with thousands of monarchs, butterflies in late October through July. A beautiful sight like no other. Find yourself engulfed in a sea of butterflies. And feel the art of the theater. The Fremont Theater is a historic movie theater in San Luis Obispo area in the United States of America. It is among the last streamlined modern theaters built by architects as Charles Lee. It opened up in 1942 on the eve of the U.S. entry of the world to its early years. It served both as a movie picture theater and a live theater. And that's it.
Thank you, Charles.
Another college that next day we're gonna be heading in the road to college is CSU Monterey Bay, which was founded in 1994 and was built on the former Army site, which is known as Fort Ox. It provides over 7,500 students. The student to faculty ratio is 23:1. Sadly, the highest degree they offer is master's. The acceptance rate of CSU Monterey Bay is just like flipping a coin, 53%. Tuition in state is only $7,000 But for out-of-state students, it's 13 grand more. They are ranked as at number 34 in the Regional University of the West. The exact enrollment count is 7,574. The majors they're most well known for is computer science and social science. One of the main things that CSU Monterey Bay is known for is that the world theater that they have, which is used for presentations and plays and more captivating performances that they have. The one thing that is the CSU Monterey Bay, the students like is that they're 1 mile away from the bay, which is like more like, oh, let's go to the bay and chill out, you know. And some things that Monterey Bay has to offer is the aquarium. It's one of the best in the United States, and it's a non-profit. It's the aquarium. It's known for its marine focus because it has a lot of endangered and rare species. Another thing that they have is Monterey kayaks, and just like we did back in camp, we kayak, but this one offers more wildlife locations.
Next is Cal State San Jose. It is a public university that was established in 1857. It's one of the oldest public universities in the West, and in the fall of 2017, they had the highest graduate student enrollment, which was the enrollment of around 33,000 students with about 5,700 graduating credential students. They also have the highest foreign enrollment students, and they're also ranked number 33 in the West. Tuition in-state costs around $7,000, and it's a lot cheaper than the out-of-state cost, which is $18,000. And in order to apply, some of their requirements include $55 for an application fee, a minimum of grade C in secondary school, and SAT minimum of 2,800 in-state and 3,400 out-of-state. They also have the acceptance rate of 55%, and their graduation rate is 52%. They also have a student faculty rate of 28:1, and their average cost after aid is $13,000. So some of the activities that are around in the college is the first one, which is the Los Gatos Creek Trail. It's a 10-mile trail that extends from the Lexington Reservoir to the Meridian Avenue. And it's good for running, hiking, just doing exercise. And some things that you find along the trail are various playgrounds, picnic areas, meadows, ponds, and parks. Another activity is the Tech Museum of Innovation. It is one of the premier museums of science and technology. It provides hands-on experiences and one-of-a-kind programs that's supported by Stanford and NASA. It's good to come here, and it's worth it for the price of $20 to $25 because it shows the technological renaissance that we're living in now and the development of technology and how far it's become. Another activity nearby is the San Jose Center for Performing Arts. They show a lot of Broadway musicals, ballet, lots of performances that are supported by the Broadway San Jose and many other organizations. And inside there's around 2,600 seats. And inside you can see the view of downtown San Jose, which is really beautiful.
Alright, my college was Cal State East Bay. It was founded in 1957. The acceptance rate is 74%. Graduation rate is 66%. The students to faculty ratio is 24:1. The requirements to go to East Bay is GPA of 3.1 or higher. Your SAT score has to be 1,090 out of 1,600. The SAT score has to be 21. The highest degree offered is a master's degree. Their ranking is number 96 out of 127 in the West region of the university. The tuition in-state is $6,564. The out-of-state tuition is $17,724. Their sports, they are Division II. They compete with California athletes. They have men's basketball, baseball, cross country, golf, soccer, track, and for women they have softball, basketball, golf, soccer, track, and polo. Activities that you can do near CSU East Bay is a Sulphur Creek Nature Center. It's a wildlife educational center, and it's to bring people closer to animals, and the mission is to educate people about species that are in danger. You can also go to Coyote Hills Regional Park. It's a park like on the shoreline of San Francisco Bay, and there's nice views of the bay. We can also go to High Scores. It's an arcade room, and you can play old games like Pac-Man, Tron, Space Invaders, and Donkey Kong. And go to have fun.
So next we have is UC Berkeley. It was founded in 1868 by Henry Durant. It is, of course, the first university founded in California. That's why it's also known as Cal, or California. So, this is a competitive school. That's why you need an average GPA of 4.39, and SAT 1440, and ACT 32. So, finance and tuition. So the cost for on-campus and off-campus is similar, but there is a difference. So on-campus is about 33,000, and off-campus is 28,000. So there's a difference because sometimes it is cheaper to rent an apartment with some friends rather than living in the dorms. And you also have to account for transportation, food, and other living expenses. And the financial aid offered for freshmen is around $26,000, and around 59% of the freshmen do apply for financial aid, and that's a lot of money, so that's good. So Berkeley offers more than 130 majors, and it does have a STEM skill, so that means it has more popular majors like engineering, social sciences, and mathematics and statistics. So the admission rate is only 17.5%, and from last year's statistics, 89,000 applicants applied, and only around 29,000 students got in. Activities at Cal. So we could hike up Grizzly Peak, which is a 2.36 mile hike, and on summit there are basketball courts, picnic areas, playgrounds, and at the peak we can see the whole Bay Area and the whole UC Berkeley campus, so that's pretty cool, and we should definitely do this when we go to Berkeley because we trekked for a week and we should put that to use. Another place we should visit is UC Botanical Garden. It's a total of 34 acres, and there are more than 10,000 types of plants. It includes endangered and rare species. And so the plants includes 9 regions of naturalistic planting from Italy all the way to South America and extending all the way to South Africa. So at the campus, there's a 4.0 ball. It's located at the Campanile building. So UC Berkeley has a tradition of actually rubbing and kissing the ball for good luck before exam. But we also have to watch out for the Berkeley seal. There are 3 located at Memorial Glade. So if you step on the seals, you would be cursed, and that would prevent you from having a 4.0 GPA. But if you actually step on the seal, you could always rub the 4.0 ball to reverse whatever curse you have. So we have University of San Francisco next. So it was established in 1855 as the St. Ignatius Academy, founded by Jesuits and Jesuit, and was named after St. Ignatius of Loyola. So he was the founder of Jesuits. That's why they named it after him. That's why it has a religious affiliation with Roman Catholics. So this school is also a private nonprofit. Having a nonprofit college will actually have tuition lowest possible because they want to like focus the students not on price but actually the education. So the student to staff ratio is 13:1, and USF has acceptance rates of 44%. So this college gives out per yearly around 1,500 bachelor's degree, 400 master's degree, and 218 doctoral degrees. And USF has a 70.5% graduation rate, which is higher than the average in the US, which is 59%. So as of fall 2018, there are 1,542 students in school, 64.5 of them being female and 35.5 male, and there are 74.7% students of color there. So the tuition for this college would be, for the fees and tuition would be $48,000. The housing would be $14,830, and that would then the undergrad tuition per unit would be around $1,000. So there are 5 schools within the campus. College of Arts and Science, School of Management, School of Nursing and Health Professionals, and School of Education and School of Law. So the 2 schools down here would be a grad school, and the top 3 would be undergrad and grad schools. And the most popular school here would be School of Arts and Science and School of Management. And for grad, it would be School of Education. So here's some fun facts.
You're not ready? Sorry. My bad.
Here's some fun facts. So USF's mascot, the Don, it's a subtle reference to Don Francisco de Haro, which was the first mayor of the city. USF was ranked top 100 worldwide among 1,600 other schools, and it's ranked 6th in ethnic diversity, with 28% white students, 21% Latino, 21.9% Asian, and 14 international students, and 5.4 African American students. And at the school, there are more than 100 clubs for students to join, and there, for example, there are hip-hop dance, fraternities, sororities, career alliances, and entrepreneurships, and other programs.
San Francisco State University. It was founded in 1899 and was declared as the normal state school. The requirements for this is a 3.2 B average GPA and SAT score of 940 to that range, as well as going to the max range of 1600. The ACT score of 18 to 24. The finance and tuition is, to get financial aid, most students get around 10.4K. The loans they receive is 5.2K, and grants 4.6. In state, for a student, it will be on average 26.7K, and out of state, it will be highly more money, 38.5K. The acceptance rate for this group is, before that, only 36,000 students apply yearly and 24,000 get accepted. The acceptance rate is 70%, so currently there's about 37,000 enrolled students. Tour sites of San Francisco. What we could do is go to the Golden Gate Bridge and Park. The bridge is 1 mile and extends over San Francisco Bay and the Pacific Ocean. The park is a large park that covers 1,017 acres and is public for everyone, with gardens, playgrounds, and all the beautiful things you can think of. As well as a balmy alley, which is full of murals and artistic paintings that many people have done. The Conservatory of Flowers is a park in San Francisco that is practically a huge greenhouse for over 2,000 species of plants and flowers. Another place is the Palace of Fine Arts, which is a monumental structure constructed in 1915 Pan Am Pacific Expedition. It is the only surviving structure from the expedition.
Okay, so next we have is Stanford University. It was founded in 1885 by Leland and Jane Stanford in honor of their deceased son, which died at the age of 16. So it's ranked 2 in the world, right behind MIT. And this college is highly competitive. That's why you need a weighted GPA of 4.18, average SAT score of 1430, and ACT score of 31. So this school has a really low acceptance rate of around 5%. And so this is statistics from 2022. So around 44,000 students applied, and only around 22,000 students got accepted. And the tuition would be around 17,000 for undergrads. And the thing is with Stanford, if your family makes less than 125,000 per year, Stanford is free for all those who qualify for this. So I'm pretty sure we all would qualify in C5. So if we apply to Stanford and get accepted, we would be going for free for our undergrad year. So in Stanford, there are 7 schools. So there are 3 undergrad schools. School of Earth, Energy, Environmental Sciences, School of Humanities and Science, School of Engineering, and these would be grad schools. School of Law, School of Medicine, Grad School of Education, Grad School of Business. Okay, so we could visit the Kenner Center of Visual Arts right at the campus of Stanford. So we would first go through the Rodin Sculpture Garden, which is known as the museum with the most Rodin sculptures in American museums. And if you didn't know, Rodin was like a famous French sculptor, and it's nice that Stanford does have this collection. And in the Kenner Center of Visual Arts, there are 24 exhibits, and they're year-round. And something they do switch out with other exhibits that are more modern and new. But right now they have the concept of Warhol photography without end. So they have photographies by Warhol, he was known as the founder of pop art, and they have the photos they've taken that was never shown in public. So they have that on display, and there's the the space in between, which arts represent the immigration and internationality conflicts that immigrants do face. And we have the blackboard. So it has work that displays the relationship between education and art. So these are some of the traditions Stanford has. There's the game. So it's essentially an elaborate scavenger hunt that lasts all night. It starts from Stanford but extends all the way out to the Bay Area, going through cities. And they are asked to do possible tasks like serenading a stranger, asking someone in their hand in marriage, wearing $5,000 worth of clothes, and sometimes students do get arrested, and sometimes they wake up the next day having tattoos, and so forth. And fountain hopping is a famous tradition. It was brought by freshmen during new student orientation and admit week, but students from all years do this. So it's basically where students jump into fountains and try to create whirlpools. And it is said that if you don't go fountain hopping at least once, you aren't able to graduate. So
that's very interesting. I got Santa Clara University. It was founded in 1851. The location was the Camino Real Santa Clara, California. The mascot is Broncos. The graduation rate is 85%. The average GPA is a 3.67. The acceptance rate is a 49%, almost 50%. The average ACT is a 29. And the average SAT is a 1360. The tuition after aid is $34K. On campus is $66,000. Off campus is $51,711. The majors, the most popular majors there is the College of Arts, School of Engineering, Levi School of Business, Chemistry. The undergraduate majors could be internships, research opportunities. There are athletics or sports, water polo, tennis, golf, soccer, and volleyball. Activities to do would be the Intel Museum. It's a technology museum which is open on weekends and Saturdays and open to the public with free admission.
Next.
Oh wait, I forgot.
Not yet.
Sorry. Mission Santa Clara, the SICs. It's a historical, concentrated Roman Catholic church on the campus. The purpose of the missionary was to institute a higher education for the Jesuits community in 1850. An interesting fact about Santa Clara, I forgot to mention that it's a fourth consecutive year of approval rankings for the USF Master of Public Administration. Santa Cruz. It was founded in 1961. The graduation rate is 77%. Acceptance rate is 50%. SAT reading/writing is 520 to 630. Math is 540 to 660. The ACT is 25 to 30. Average cost after aid is about 17K. Out of state is 42 and in-state is 14,028. More than 60 undergraduate majors and 40 graduate programs, the arts and humanities, engineering, social sciences, physical and biological sciences. It was also top 3 ranked, tied with Stanford, being the best research influenced college in 2017. They have sports such as basketball, golf, soccer, volleyball, tennis, etc. Activities to do on Santa Cruz would be the Big Basin State Park, the oldest state park in California. More than 80 miles of trails will encounter magnificent redwoods, canyons, bird watching.
Damn, why are you looking at me? Sounds excellent, actually.
The Roaring Camp Railroad, which is this, a transport passengers with a sense of spirit and adventure, a trip to Bear Mountains down to San Lorenzo River Gorge through Henry Call Redwood State Park before arriving to Santa Cruz Beach. Also, the first Fridays is where local artists in the community just display their arts and show.